If your work involves confidential information like client files, patient records, legal documents, or financial data, you've probably been told or figured out on your own that you can't just paste that into ChatGPT. And you're right, you can't. And this video is for you. We're setting up an AI assistant that never sends a single byte to the cloud. It runs entirely on your own machine, no account, no subscription, and critically, no data ever leaving your computer. Most AI content completely ignores the people who actually can't use cloud tools. So, this one is specifically for professionals, small businesses, or anyone who works with information that has to stay private. Let's get into it. Let's be clear about the actual problem first, because it's not about preference, it's about rules. When you type something into ChatGPT or any cloud AI, that text leaves your machine and travels to a company server. For a lot of people, that single fact makes these tools unusable. Like healthcare, patient information is legally protected. Sending it to a third-party AI can breach privacy regulations. Legal, client confidentiality and privilege means case details cannot go to an outside server. Full stop. And finance, unreleased figures, client portfolios, deal information, all of it carries strict handling requirements. And business generally, your strategy, your contracts, your property data, things you would simply never want sitting on somebody else's servers. If you're in any of these, you already know this. You've probably held back from using AI at all because of it. That's exactly the problem we're solving today. Now, the word private gets thrown around a lot, so I want to be precise about what it means here, because it's different from what cloud tools mean. When a cloud AI says private or secure, they usually mean your data is encrypted while it travels to their servers. And they promise to handle it responsibly. But it still goes to their servers. You're trusting their policy. What we're building is a different category entirely. The data doesn't get encrypted on its way somewhere. It doesn't go anywhere. The AI model runs on your own machine. Your question is processed on your machine. The answer is generated on your machine. There is no transfer to protect because there is no transfer at all. With cloud AI, your data travels out, gets stored on servers you don't control, might train future models, needs internet, and you're trusting a privacy policy. But with local AI, the data never leaves, is stored only on your drive, it never trains anything, works with no internet, and you don't have to trust anyone. And that last point is the big one. It's not trust us, it's you don't have to. And here's the entire setup. It's just 3 pieces, and if you followed my earlier videos, you probably already have these. But if you're new, each part takes minutes. Piece 1. Ollama. This is the engine that runs AI models locally on your machine. It's free and it's installed once. Piece 2. A local model. Llama or Mistral, pulled down with a single command. This is the actual intelligence doing the work. And piece 3. An interface to chat through. Ollama ships with its own app now, which is perfectly fine. Or you can use OpenWebUI, which we set up in an earlier video, for more control and features. Either of them work. If you're starting fresh, these 2 commands get the engine running. But first, make sure you download Ollama. Now, first step is pull a model. To do that, go to command prompt and type Ollama, pull, and then the model name. I'm going to do Llama 3.1. There we go, it's installed. And now let's start the Ollama server. To do that, type Ollama space serve. That's the foundation. Now, the important part. Let's prove it's actually private. Here's the thing about privacy claims. You shouldn't just take my word for it. And you shouldn't take any company's word for it either. So let's actually prove it with the simplest test there is. First, ask your assistant a question with everything working normally and watch it answer. I'm going to ask it, write a polite email declining a meeting invitation. Hit enter. And there we go. But now I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi completely. Airplane mode on, fully disconnected from the internet. No connection at all. And now I'll ask it another question. So now I'm going to ask it, draft a professional out of office reply for the next 2 weeks. And hit enter. And look at that. With no Wi-Fi whatsoever, it gave me a response. And there it is. Fully offline, and it answered exactly the same as before because it was never using the internet in the first place. There was nothing to disconnect from. Try that with ChatGPT. The moment your internet drops, you get nothing. That difference right there is the entire point of this video. If it works with the internet off, then nothing is being sent anywhere. And that's not a promise. That's proof you can run yourself. So, who actually benefits from this? And let me give you the real examples. Back to what we were talking about before, maybe healthcare, summarize notes, drafting patient letters, organizing information without any patient data leaving the office. Or legal, reviewing contracts and case documents privately. Confidentiality stays completely intact. Or finance, analyzing figures and drafting reports on sensitive numbers with zero external exposure. Or small business, handling strategy, HR questions, proprietary documents without a monthly subscription and without the data risk. Now, I want to be straight with you about a few things because this audience deserves honesty rather than hype. 1. Your machine still needs to be secure. Local means the data stays on your device, which means that device now matters. Use disk encryption, a strong password, and normal security hygiene. The privacy is only as good as the computer it lives on. 2. Check your own compliance rules. Running AI locally removes the cloud transfer problem, which is a big one. But regulated fields have their own specific requirements, and I'm not a lawyer, so this isn't legal advice. Confirm what actually applies to your situation and jurisdiction. And 3, local models are capable, but they're not frontier level. They're excellent for drafting, summarizing, organizing, or answering questions, but for the very hardest reasoning tasks, they still trail the biggest cloud models. For most professional work, that's a trade I'd make happily in exchange for genuine privacy. But you should know it going in. So that's it. A capable AI assistant with genuine provable privacy. Your data, your machine, is nobody else's business. So drop a comment and tell me, what would you finally use AI for now that it's completely private? I know a lot of you have been holding back entirely, so I'm genuinely curious. Subscribe for more AI news and content every single day. And if you know a professional, like a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, anyone who handles sensitive information, share this with them. It might be the thing that finally lets them use AI at all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.